Bava Metziah Daf Samach. We're going to begin in the Mishnah and Testament base. Ein ma'orvin peiros with peiros. One may not intermingle produce brought from one supplier with another produce. Afilu chadoshim b'chadoshim, even if he intermingles new produce with other new produce, so the buyer suffers no loss from doing so, also it's usher. And needless to say, one may not intermingle new produce with old produce in the event that the old produce is superior. As with grain, since intermingles lowers its value. Bava Metziah, actually, they said behind it too, the other question with regards to why they permitted one to mix strong wine with weak wine, because one enhances it. One may not intentionally mix wine sediments with wine. One may give the buyer wine with its sediments. The seller is not required to filter the wine. One who had water mixed with his wine, may not sell it in the store unless he informs the buyer that it contains water. The Tagar may not sell it to a merchant, even if he informs him of the mixture. So though he is aware that there's a water mixed with the wine, it will be used for nothing other than deceit, because the merchant will likely not inform the buyer that it's diluted. In a place where they are accustomed to place water into wine, then everyone is aware of that act, until the one who placed the water with its wine. The listener against mixing different types of produce applies only to the individual selling the produce of this field. Merchant may take grain from 5 threshing floors belonging to different people, place the produce in one warehouse. We also take one wine from 5 wine presses. We'll actually miscount the artif and place them in one large cask, provided it is not intent to mix low quality merchant with high quality merchant. Needless to say, if the price of the new produce is 4 sal for a sal, the price of an old produce is 3 sal for a sal, why we not intermingle them together? It's a full-fledged deceit, as one is selling inexpensive produce at the price of expensive produce. Even if the price of the new produce is 3 sal for a sala, and the price of an old produce is 4 sal for a sala, one may not intermingle them. They show the rights to the ashtam, because in case of the price of the new produce is higher as people want to age the produce. In other words, new produce is more valuable to those who seek to place it in the storage for a length period, although it may be of inferior quality compared to the old produce. Mishnah says, behind it too, the other question barach. The rest of wine they permitted to the one to mix a strong wine with a weak, because weak wine mixing the wine enhances it. Lazar said, this is to say, anytime it says the words, actually it said, Allahi, this is the halacha. Nachum says, with regard to the period where the wine is amongst the wine press, in other words, before the wine ferments, they taught this halacha. Gemara says, the Kolel been like this. And today, when people mix old and new wine, even when the wine is not amongst the wine press, one basis is mixing permitted. Or a public Rava says, the other become awfully. Because buyers are aware of the potential loss and waive it. Who is this? Racha permits mixing in a case where the product will be tasted before its purchase. There's no deceit, as when the buyer tastes it, he's immediately aware that it's a mixture. The choice of whether or not to purchase the product is his. One may not intentionally mix wine sediments with wine. When they give the buyer wine with sediments. Then you say that the former clause of the Mishnah that one may not mix sediments at all. If you say, what is the meaning of he may give the buyer wine with the sediments? It means that he informs the buyer that the wine contains sediments. But the fact that the later clause that teaches us, I may not sell it in the store unless he informs the buyer, and he may not sell it to the merchant even if he informs him. It's matched with the formal clause of speaking a situation where one may sell it in the store even if he does not inform the buyer. For the problem, one may neither mix sediments remaining from the wine that he poured the night before the night of the wine of the next day. But he may give the buyer the sediments to the wine itself. Where's the one who pours wine for another, attempting to pour the liquid while leaving the sediments in the cask, as the other the person may either mix sediments remaining from wine that he pours the night before with the wine of the next day. Nor the sediments of the next day with the wine of the night before. They may mix the sediments the night before the wine poured the night before, and the sediments of the next day with the wine of the next day. One who had water mixed with wine, as the Yemker sell it in the store, can make you unless he informs the buyer that it contains water. They brought wine to rubber from a store. He had a little with water, tasted it, and it was not very tasty. He sent it back to the store. They could sell it there. I said, I said to them, but didn't we learn that he may not sell it to a merchant even if he informs him? My illusion of wine is evident to all. Add more wine, water than typically added. As you say, that the storekeeper will add wine to sweeten the mixture and sell it again. The illusion is no longer evident. Okay, the end of it safe. There's no end to this matter. It should be ousted to sell any wine to the merchant due to the question unless he engaged in the deceit and the resale. But there's a place with the custom to place water into the wine to dilute, and everyone was aware of the fact where he placed the water in its wine. Then it was taught on half, 1/3, and 1/4 of the mixture according to the local custom. On the other, the verse, the period of the wine is amongst the wine press. Before the wine ferments, if wine is diluted at a later stage, the dilution will cause the wine to spoil. So the Mishnah, this is the Chalik Achenveni Klays Vegezim Tenekis. A storekeeper will not hand out toasted grain and nuts to children who patronize the store. They show Margilin Lava to the fact that they thereby accustom them to come to him at the expense of competing storekeepers. The Chachamim permitted to do so. We may not reduce the price of sale item below the market rate. Which to do so, he should be remembered positively. One may not sift ground beans to remove the waste, lest he charge an inappropriate high price for the sifted meal. Yal is actual value due to Chacham can see that one may not sift the meal only for the beans that are close to the opening of the bin. Because it's nothing other than deception. One may neither adorn a person before selling him on the slave market, not behem or kim. So my Tamagad Abana, what's the reason of the Chachamim permit free distribution of toasted raw nates. The Amalei, because the storekeeper can say to the competitors, I love Maftagira Muzgate. I hand out nuts, so I poly the shishka, and you hand out shishka. All merchants are able to hand out goods that will attract children. It's not considered unfair competition. Leave his sashar, you're not allowed to reduce the market. The Chachamim tell the Meta that I'm always choosing the Chachamim. If in the Kamav of the Tara, due to the fact that he's by lowering the price, he eases the market rates. Actions lead to the establishment of the lower market price. The sinner will not sift ground beans to enroll with the waste and charge a higher price. The Rav permits mixing, sifting in a case, and either that was changed is obvious. You're not allowed to do on a person or an animal or a kevin. Or you neither stiffen the hair of an animal to create the impression that it's more it's greater than it is, but nor inflate innards meat to create the impression that it's more substantial piece of meat. And sheerness of less lion nor soak meat in water in order to change its color and create this impression that it's choice meat. My aim is Sharvatin, what does it mean? You have to stiffen the hair of an animal. Here in Babylonia they explained that it means to feed the animal. My the chizra brine water, which inflates its intestines and causes its hair to stand on zeno or kana, means maskafta, means scrubbing the hair clean to increase its volume. Shmuel permitted sellers to place fringes and a cloak. Either sharing the kaskriskid killer, the other permitted them to clean and do ornament garments. Rabba shorted the mehidek tzadi. Rabba permitted them to taper linen garments to cause them to appear more fine. The Pabba, Shmuel shorted the slimming decluded Shmuel permitted them to draw baskets of ornaments. While not tonight, him fasting the second, I saw the way the rainbow second, my wind is not loud. Like Kasha, Bachada, other tiki. It's not difficult. The series of cases where the Chacham permitted adorning are cases of new merchandise. Be decorated as doing so enhances the intrinsic beauty. The Mishnah, to which is said, is also talking about a case of old merchandise, as the adornment is meant to conceal its flaws. Pirkum da'adamai, adornment or person, what is this? Adu avda sava was an incident involving a certain elderly slave, also sabi l'rishal uladikni, who went and dyed his head and beard black to create a younger impression. Also the Rava, he came before Rava, Amalei Zimnin, said to him, purchase me as your slave. Let the poor be members in your household. I follow their advice and therefore do not require a slave. I had assistance, the paupers were frequently in my house can assist me. Also the Prophet Bar Shmuel. Slave came before the Prophet Bar Shmuel. Zamne who purchased him. One day the Prophet said to him, give me water. Also a slave went around with the dye and whitened the hair on his head and his beard. So he said, the Prophet said, I'm older than your father and I'm unfit to serve you. Very last the Prophet said, read about himself, righteous person is delivered from trouble, another comes to his stead. Or Prophet implied, to the incident of the slave, the righteous person Nava was spared the problem of the slave, while another Papa or Shmuel came to his stead.